Hello children, welcome back to geography class. In today's class we will be starting our first chapter in geography. Okay, so as per your reduced syllabus, we do not have the first chapter, that is representation of geographical features. Okay, so we'll go for the second chapter, that is population dynamics. Hope you got it. So first chapter is reduced. Okay, you don't have it for your examination. So we'll be starting from the second unit onwards. So what is population? The word population refers to the total number of people living in a particular area at a given point of time. Okay, so that we call it as a population. Population, it's a word refers to the total number of people living in a particular area. Okay, the population of a region, its size and composition is constantly changing. So the population of a region and the size and composition will be changing from place to place, from region to region. It is not uniform in all the places in the world. The study of this change, how population grows or declines, their changing compositions and the factors that are responsible for these changes is known as population dynamics. Okay, so what is population dynamics? The study of the changes that occur in the population growth or declines, their changing composition and the factors responsible for this change are considered as population dynamics. So that's what we are going to study in detail in this chapter. The total world population is estimated at 7.4 billion with an average density of 45 persons per square kilometer. So the population, however, is not evenly distributed, not equally distributed all over the world. So some places have a large concentration of people while the other places will be less populated areas. Okay, the manner in which people are spread in the world across the country or across the continents is known as population distribution. Okay, so what is population distribution? It is the manner in which people are spread in the world across the continents. Okay, the number of people living in 1 square kilometer area of land, we call it as a density of population. Okay, so the populations are unevenly distributed all over the world. So you can see here Asia 60%, Africa 14%, Latin America and Caribbean countries 99%. Okay, 9%, Oceania 1%, Europe 11%, North America 5%. Okay, so the percentage of population changes from place to place. Okay, the distribution of population in the world is extremely uneven. Okay, uneven means it's not equal in all the places. Some places are densely populated. Densely populated means the population is high, and while other places are sparsely populated. Sparsely means less populated. Density of population, the total number of people in a country in relation to its land is known as population density. Okay, what is population density? The total number of people in a country in relation to its land is known as population density. On the basis of population distribution, three main zones can be identified. Okay, so the population can be identified based on the three main zones. What are they? Densely populated zone or regions, moderately populated regions, as sparsely populated regions. So, according to the density of population, the world can be broadly divided into three regions, okay, or three zones: densely, moderately, and sparsely populated. Let's take first one, densely populated regions. There are four regions of high population density in the world. So they are Eastern Asia, South and Southeast Asia, Western and Central Europe, and East Central North America. Okay, so you can see here all these places. These are densely populated regions. Okay, so in the Eastern Asia, countries will be China, North Korea, and South Korea. And in the Southeast Asia, the countries like Indonesia, Thailand, Singapore, Vietnam, Malaysia, Philippines, Myanmar. Okay, and we have the South countries. Okay, in the south we have Afghanistan, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan, and Maldives. Okay, and then we have in the Western and Central Europe. Okay, Western and the Central Europe, the countries like France, Germany, Spain, Portugal, Belgium, Austria, Poland, Switzerland. Okay, so these are the countries will come under the Western and the Central European nations. Okay, so why there is a density or densely population in these regions? Okay, so why there is a heavy population in these regions? It is because the region have the level land, fertile soil, and favorable climatic conditions, and the good transport network. Okay, they are agriculturally developed and also have many large industries and cities. Okay, so this is the reason why these countries or these regions are highly populated. Okay, so next we'll move on to the moderately populated regions. So these regions are not found in continuous belt. They are mostly found between the densely and sparsely populated regions. So between higher population and the lower population, in middle we call it as a moderately populated regions. Okay, so the places are the regions like Central USA, Central America, coastal areas of South America, Western and Northern Africa, South Africa, Southern Russia, Eastern Europe, Central China, Deccan Plateau in India, and Southeast Australia have moderate population density. Okay, in many of these areas, there has been improvement in existing economic activities such as introduction of irrigation facilities, mining, or development of new industries. Okay, so in these regions, populations are moderate, not heavy or high population, or it is not sparsely, or it is not less populated. It is in the middle between the high population and between the low population regions. Next we'll move on to the sparsely populated regions. Okay, in these regions the harsh climatic conditions and the inhospitable terrain do not support the human habitation. Okay, so there are three regions which have low density of population, like equatorial regions such as the Amazon and Zaire basins have low population density. The high temperatures, heavy rainfall, swampy grounds, and dense forest hinder the population growth in these areas. Okay, and then we have the ice capped polar regions. Okay, so the next one is polar regions. Here the regions like Antarctica and tundra and the high mountainous regions such as Himalayas, Rockies, and Andes are also sparsely populated because of rugged relief and cold climatic conditions. Okay, so the next one is hot and cold deserts such as Sahara, Kalahari, West Australian, and Atacama also have low density of population. These regions receive very scanty rainfall which is not sufficient for plant growth. So therefore these areas are sparsely populated regions. We'll stop here, go through the video. If you have any doubt, you can ask me.